folks. Welcome to Calvin's Got Game. I'm Calvin.
I'm Lewis.
And today we're continuing on our top 100 games of all time. I mean, for now.
For now.
Because they all change yearly. You know, we play different games, so those numbers will change and our list will change. So, but before I do that, I want to say that I do appreciate those who subscribed. I appreciate it a lot. I do want to get to 500 before December, and if I do, I will do a board game giveaway. I'll buy a 2023 or 2024 game that's kind of in the hotness within reason because it comes out of my pocket, and I'll give it away. And so I need 118 more subscribers. So guys, spread the word. Tell people to subscribe. If you like these videos and what Lewis and I have been doing on this top 100, I sure would appreciate it. So before we get started with the list, it's comment time. Kenneth Chile. Kenneth, if I'm butchering that, I apologize. He really likes Grand Austria Hotel, Rogers of the Ganges, Coimbra, and he needs to try Ticket to Ride. Since you had mentioned Ticket to Ride Rails and Sails Legacy, he would like to try the Legacy version. Ludwig Misses would like to play Rogers of the Ganges. Thinks that's out of those lists that we did. That's the one that he'd want to play. The Lazy Hiker, which we missed, by the way. Now, we know Lazy Hiker. I won't call him by his real name, but we missed him at the game store, and he's out of the state right now, so doing other things. So, hey, man, we miss you. He wants to try Grand Austria Hotel, Ticket to Ride Rails and Sails, Lewis and Clark Expedition, Rogers of the Ganges, Murano, King Domino, and Boone Lake. There's a lot of games on our list he hasn't played yet. So this is what it's all about. Letting people know about new games or what other people like so that they can try different ones. Aaron Nunley was happy that Murano was on the list. He likes Murano, and he says now that he knows I like to play it and it's on my top whatever, that he wants to play it with me when he comes down. So, guys, that's the comments. So let's get started. I guess I'll go first. Or, Lewis, you going first today?
You went first last time.
I
should be going
Lewis.
first. Okay. Number 60. And it's one of your favorites. It is Coop. Coop. It's Coop. A 2012 year game. Publisher Indian Boards and Cards. 2 to 6 players. It's ranked 645 on BGG. It's a simple little card game. It works. It was very quick. I think the most we ever spent was 5 minutes on a game, I believe. 5 or 10 minutes.
It doesn't take long.
No, it doesn't. You got a set of cards. Two cards, and you get to make certain requests with using these cards. One is the Baron taking coins, but there's only 4 barons. So everybody open around. I'm the Baron.
Duke.
I'm Duke.
It's
Wrong
the
one.
Duke.
Duke.
You're in Love Letter.
Love Letter.
With the Baron. Duke.
Yes.
The Duke.
Reverse. Yeah. The Duke. So yeah, everyone's the Duke. Then you go with, wait a minute, not everyone can be the Duke.
That's exactly right.
You have the Duke, you have the Contessa, you have the
assassin.
The assassin.
You have somebody that can, what is he? He's a thief or something.
Yes.
He steals coins. I can't remember what he's called. The captain.
Yeah. So it's just a great short card game. You can get it to the table very quick. 2 players, you can do two players, but the sweet spot is good 4 players. 4 players should be.
It's good 4 players and up. I don't know how many it plays, but 6. So even at 6, it doesn't take long. It's a fast game.
Yes.
Because you can assassinate people or you can coup people.
Yes.
That's how you get them out of the game. And it is fantastic.
And when you get 10 coins,
you have
to. You have to. And there's nothing nobody can do. You're out, and especially if there's 2 folks left, and each of you got 1 card left, you're strategizing who's going to get that 10th coin.
Or 7. You only have to have 7 to coup. But if you have 10, you have to coup somebody. Yeah, you can't have more than 10 coins.
Yeah, but 7 you have to. 10, that's the top you can have.
Right. Yeah. But it's such a great game.
It is. Well, and that was my number 60.
All right, so I like coup as well. And everybody, like Lewis said, everybody is the Duke for the first round. Because you don't know, okay, is he lying, is he not lying, which one's lying. So everybody gets those 3 coins pretty early. trying to make their leverage so they don't get assassinated or cooed. And what's really cool is the Contessa. If you don't have the card in front of you, keep your cards face down. If you don't have the card, somebody else has the card or not, can say, I'm going to block that.
Yeah.
And so you kind of build alliances until it gets closer to the end and you're just stabbing everybody in the back.
Yeah, everybody.
So it's a great filler game. It's a lot of fun. I like that one too, Lewis. My number 60 is Jamaica. It's ranked it's on my list as 76 in 2022. It's jumped up, and it's ranked on Board Game Geek 603. It's by GameWorks, and it's a 2007 game, 2 to 6 players. Takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play. In Jamaica, this is one of my favorite racing games. I don't have a lot of racing games that I enjoy, but this one happens to be one of them. You're pirates. You're racing to I can't say specific island. And on the way, you have to stop off, and you have to have so much food or something to be able, or supplies, to be able to stop at certain places.
Yeah, gold.
And gold, thank you. And so you only have so much room you can store things on your ship, and if you get to where you can't store things, you have to throw them overboard. And that can hurt because you're messing things around. But you also have to store some cannonballs, things like that, so you can fight other boats. This is a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It's just a race game. You roll 2 dice. One thing can be done in the mornings, one thing can be done in the evening, and you pick 2 cards, one to do in the morning, one to do in the evening. You can load your ship with supplies, or you can sail. And so it's just a lot of fun. I enjoy the racing game. That's why Jamaica is my number 60.
I like when you have to battle somebody on that one.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is, and the battle's not hard. It's not. It's just some cards and rolling dice.
Yes, which you were bad at.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Number 59 for me. I didn't have a year for this one because it's an older game. Old game. Now it has 2 names, but what we know for it is Mancala. Now it is for the publisher Games and Graphics Inc. 2-player game. Is ranked 4,103 on BGG. Now, is a 2-player game. There's a board. Think of like an eggshell, egg carton. Mm-hmm. 6 spots for you, 6 spots for me. 4 stones in each one, and either end of to your right is a storage space called Mancala. Now, there's 2 ways to play this. There's a little kiddie version, which is nice, learn how to count. But then you have the older version, which it's more geared to strategy. Because the kiddie version, you just keep going and going and going until you put a stone into an empty space, then you stop your turn. The older version, which takes some thinking, you pick up your stones, you move your stones over one spot, and you drop 1 stone each spot. If you get in your mancata, you score that stone. But your turn is over unless you stop at your mancata. So if you stop there, you get another turn. But if you drop 1 and you still have stones in your hand, you have to go in your opponent's area. You drop a stone, then that's your end of your turn. Then your opponent gets to go. And you go back and forth. The only time that you can steal stones from each other is you land in an empty spot and there's stones in front of you. Then you can bring those stones on your side and use them to score in your mancata. You go back and forth. When one side is completely empty, your opponent grabs whatever's left on their side, put it in their mancata, add the stones, and the winner is whoever gets the most stones. That's the one that's more older version. The younger version, you keep going and not so much fun.
Yeah. You want to have an end to the game.
Yes. Yeah. So that is my 59. Mancala.
Well, I think Mancala is an old game. I mean,
yes.
It's old. It's been around since ancient time. I think they
dated back to 400 BC in Africa.
Yeah. So I mean, they played this game for strategy. It's an abstract game. So,
Yes.
yeah. I've never played it. It never seemed appealing to me. But hey,
Oh,
like I said, each your own.
my niece, when they were younger, and I'm talking about 10, 11, they actually introduced this game to me. So my niece has introduced this game to me, and my wife sat there when we were still dating. She sat back and just go, you know you're getting beat by a 10-year-old. I know, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And I kept on going. I got
Right.
beat by a 10-year-old.
Hey, if they know the game, they know the game,
Yes.
right? All right, well, my 59 is Lost Ruins of Arnak. And it was not on my list before. This first time on the list. It's ranked 28 on BGG. It's a Czech Games 2020 game, 1 to 4 players, 30 to 120 minutes to play. I like Lost Ruins of Arnak a lot. You're going out exploring, you're moving a couple of tracks with your research and then your book where you're scribing everything and you're scoring victory points for that at the end of the game. You're fighting monsters. The only thing I don't like about Lost Ruins of Arnak is I don't feel like I can do everything I want. You only got 2 workers.
Mm-hmm.
And once you place those workers, there's not a whole lot else you can do. You can buy some stuff. You can go up some tracks. But I want to do more exploring. I want to fight more monsters. I want to do those type of things. But I just don't feel like I have enough turns to get everything accomplished that I want to do. Now, I love the game. It's fantastic. And it has a timer that gets the game through. You start out by being able to buy items. A lot of items and not so many of the magic items, and then it starts going, or artifacts.
Artifacts.
And then it starts going more artifacts, less items. So the game has a great mechanism of moving things along, but I just wish I could do more. Every time I finish the game, I'm like, man, I didn't get to do that, and I wanted to do more of that. So it's just a great game. That's why Lost Ruins of Arnak is my number 59.
Well, the expansion to that game.
Yeah.
The expansion to that game has, I believe, 5 characters you can pick from. And 5 or 7 characters you can pick from. And it actually gives you more chances to do stuff. There's one character actually gives you an extra worker, and it lets you bring one back to your side to use again. So the expansion pack on that game made it possible to do more stuff in that game.
I don't buy a lot of expansions for games. There's some that I do.
Yeah.
I mean, I have one that Lewis and I are playing right now. I have quite a few expansions, and I just made a trade on BGG for another one. So I don't buy a lot of expansions unless I just really, really love it. I do really like Lost Ruins of Arnak, so maybe I'll check it out.
My number 58, which, not a crossover.
Uh-oh.
It is Secret Hitler. 2016 game. Publisher Goat, Wolf, and Cabbage. Players 5 to 10 players. And it's ranked 244 on BGG. Not much else can I add to from what you did last video. It's to me, it's a very interesting game. Yes, some folks don't like it because what it deals with, but you are really trying to defeat Hitler here.
Correct.
You are trying to go against him. You're not favoring him. You're going against him, and just the aspect you drawing cards, and if you draw all bad cards, and you have to get rid of one, and you pass on to your players, your group, and they're going, "Oh yeah, you Hitler." I said, no, I just ended up with bad cards.
You just drew the wrong one.
Yeah, draw one, and it's one of those games that it is whatever you draw, you have to play it. You have no choice. It's really luck to draw on this game, and that one makes it interesting because that luck of the draw makes folks double think. Their strategy or double think on folks, what are they really doing? So it's a good game. It's just a lot of folks don't like that. They
don't like the theme.
The theme of it. But for me, that was my 58. Secrets of Hitler.
I love Secret Hitler. I like how when you draw 2 bad things and 1 good thing, and you want to test the person, your chancellor, and you give him a good choice and a bad choice to see which one he'll make or her, and they make the decision you didn't think they were going to make, or you make a decision they thought. So you have a suspicion now they could be the other party, right?
Yes.
Not with your good party, but with the bad party, or your bad party, and they picked a good one. You know they're not in.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things where you're testing each other, and then sometimes, like Lewis said, you draw 3 bad tiles, and you have to pass 2 bad tiles, and there's nothing you can do. And you could be a good guy, and they're going, yeah, this Joker's bad.
Yeah.
Right, and it's not. So, but anyway, I do like that as well. I like deduction games like that. I like little filler games like that. Especially when you have a large group and there's not a whole lot you can do with them, other than maybe something that goes up to 12 people, which that does. So.
Yeah, and that's a good large group game board right there. That's a good one right there to have for large groups.
All right, my number 58 is Tales of Arabian Nights. Tales of Arabian Nights is a big hunker of a game. You've got a big board. You start out, and it's an open sandbox world of you have kind of a task to do, some task, and you're trying to achieve so much glory or recognition. And you set these, it's fame and recognition or gold and glory. It's one or the other. Anyway, you have 2 that you can pick from, and as long as it equals out to 20, you can divide it however you want. You can get 17 gold and 3 glory, or 17 glory and 3 gold. So it doesn't matter. But once you reach that, then you write that down, and once you have a deal of it on your sheet, and once you reach that, you win the game.
Okay.
But during this game, you're traveling all over the place, kind of like a Sinbad world. You know, the sailor Sinbad when he went out across the ocean into other lands. And just crazy things will happen. It's got this huge book of things you can read through, like scenarios or stories, not scenarios, but little stories, snippets of stories that happen to you. And you have to make decisions. And so you make these decisions until you turn to another page, you read it. And you may be a prince, and then you may be turned into a princess by a witch. Or you may get diseased. You may be insane. It's all kinds of things that happen to you. But it's a lot of fun. It's just an open world sandbox game, and I really enjoy it. Tales of Arabian Night. It was number 60 on my list. Last time it's ranked 609 on BGG. It's by Z-Man Games. 2009 game, 1 to 6 players, 120 minutes to play. And I really enjoy Tales of Arabian Nights. That's why it's my number 58.
My 57 it's not an old game, but if you buy the box, it looks like an older game. And how they did it, which that one caught my eye on it, because I thought it was an older game from the 80s. It is Dragoon. I thought it was, my wife asked, you sure you spelled it this way? I'm sure it's spelled this way. Yeah. It's to be different from dragons, but it deals with dragons.
Okay.
It's a 2016 game. Lay Waste Games is the publisher. 2 to 4 players. It's ranked 3,583 on BGG. You're a dragon. You have this area you're controlling. These people they're honoring you. Mm-hmm. Now, you can go conquer more area, or you can stay and tell your folks that not really they're fearful of you, so they do what you tell them to do. Okay. So you can stay there and say, "Give me more gold." So they have to go out, either mine for gold, or pillage for gold, or plunder for gold, and you just sit there and get big old fat dragon, enjoy your little wealth. Or you can be a warring dragon and go out and start taking on other dragons, destroy villages, go and destroy boats and pillage with your villagers. So you have different ways to become the great dragon, and that's what it is. It's who can be the great dragon, who can accumulate the bigger hoard of gold, and accumulate the most territory. Because you have more territory, you can control more folks that fear you. It says followers. Right. No, not followers, fear you.
They don't want to be. They follow you because they fear you.
Yes. So there's so many aspects, but you have to be careful because you can get gain up on, because it is the goal you get is you can build up your defenses. So folks saying that you're building too strong a defense, they're gonna get started.
They're gonna come at
you. At the same time, they have to watch their back because they might be. You have a team up with 2 against 1, then the third one. I'm not teaming up. I'm going to get them from the behind. So yes, it's a little bit take that, but you have to be careful because eventually, when they get the other one down to a point, they're going to turn your sights on you. So it's a quick little game. It says it's 30 to 60 minutes. I've played it. I don't own the game, but I played with other folks. We took up to 2 hours to play this game.
Wow.
Yes. Because just the strategy.
Okay.
Yes,
Is it like analysis paralysis problem or just visiting, and playing at the same time?
Yes, visiting, basically.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah. Sometimes games get long when you're enjoying the game. Everybody's talking, having a good time. Yeah. All right.
So that one, Dragoon, is my number 57.
And Lewis, I've never heard of that game. I've never heard of it. But if you say it's good, I'm gonna trust you. All right, my number 57 is Clank, a deck building adventure. Now, this is the original Clank. I'm sure you could put Clank in space, which I've played. I don't think I've played Clank, the legacy version of Clank or whatever it is. I haven't played that. But Clank this is the first time it's made an appearance on my list. It's ranked number 81 on BGG. It's by Renegade Games. It's a 2016 game, 2 to 4 players, 30 to 60 minutes to play. I like Clank. You have a deck of cards where you're using them to move, to do certain things. You're trying to get through a underground lair, a cave or whatever to go down. Depends on what game you're playing. You go down, steal some loot before the dragon wakes up to come after you. And you have to make it out with your loot. And once one person makes it out, then the dragon's up. He's ready to go. He's chasing the other people. And if you got too far down in the dungeon, you may not make it out and you'll lose the game. So I enjoy that style of game, to go down, get the stuff, try to come back out. It's just a lot of fun. You're using card manipulation to do your turns with by moving and going your keys and going through certain areas with certain things you have to have. I enjoy Clank deck building adventure. It's a lot of fun. If you haven't tried it, you ought to. It's my number 57.
That one I have not tried. I heard about it, but I have not tried that one yet. My number 56 is an older game. Well, the version I know. We've done it in recent years.
Mm-hmm.
It's called Escape from Atlantis. A 1982 game. Stronghold Games, 2 to 4 players. It's ranked 333 on BGG. I think you have heard about this one, probably.
No, we played it together. I guarantee at the not BGG, at the Three Sons Unlimited board game convention.
I was wondering if you will remember. It's a fun game. It's a fun game. You have your, I forgot how many, 3 or 4 players, little meeples. You have to get them.
I think you have 5.
5? Is it 5?
Maybe 5.
And they are worth so many points. And you don't know how many points. You put them on this island. You got to get them to the safety area. But as time goes on, this island is disappearing slowly by slowly. And of course, there's sea creatures. Mm-hmm. There's sharks and other things. The original one had large octopuses, shark, eels.
A whale.
Whales. So it's a great game, and you are trying to move your figures around. You can push other folks out of boats because you got to take a little boat to your safe area. You only can take, I think, 2 folks. I think, if I remember.
I think it's 3 on a boat.
3 on a boat. But you can't wait too long, because you wait too long, you're going to be thrown out. Mm-hmm. And then if you're in the middle of the water, you got to figure out which way you're going, because that shark is going to eat you up. And when it's coming. When all the land is gone, you turn over your meeples that you saved, and okay, I have all 5. But let's say we have all 4, But if the fifth one was the highest one and the rest are like 1 point, you only got 4 points. And let's say two people, someone else got 2 meeples on their land, and one was 5, the other one is 1. That got 6 points right there. So, not knowing how much each one is worth, you have to be very careful. It's a take that kind of game, but you also got to be careful with yourself. You got to sometimes leave the other person alone just to get yourself to the safe area. If not, you're going to end up messing yourself up on that one. But yes, on Escape from Atlantis, that's my 56.
I like that game a lot. We played it. I think we played that thing 5 or 6 times with different groups of people.
Yeah.
Because it was just so much fun to try to make people. Because once a piece of island goes away, and if you're standing on it, you're in the water.
You're in the water, yeah.
Now you can get back up on an island piece, but who's to say that because other people are choosing what piece of the island gets destroyed. So. And you have to go in order. So you start with the smallest to the second. Once all those small ones are gone, then you move to the second hive, then third hive. But yeah, getting in that boat, and you're in the boat with another guy that's got a different color meeples, another person's meeples, and they got 2 in there, and there's one of you, and you're like, okay, are we gonna go? Are you gonna get us there? Or are you gonna do something to mess me around? It's a lot of fun. The one thing I think that could be fixed in that game is having instead of having numbers on them, what they're worth, having a symbol, and then you get dealt a card, and it tells you what they are, so that other people don't know what they're worth if they fall over, because they do have a tendency to fall over. So it would be better if they had symbols on them, and you had a card, you deal them out, and they're all different values. You could have a bunch of them, and it would be all different values as long as they had the same denominations, and you would know. So if they fell over and you see a star and you're like, well, it's a star. I don't know how much his star is worth.
Right.
It wouldn't be like if it knocks over and it's your number 5 and everybody sees it and they go, yeah, we're not letting this one on the island. So I think that's kind of one of the drawbacks for me on that game. But it is such a fun game. If they wouldn't fall over and people cheat, and that's your deal.
I do agree with you with that. That is the one drawback I saw playing that over and over again. That when they fell over,
everybody's going to look.
Going to look. It's just nature.
And people bump into board. Those little meeples fall over.
Yes. And
so I thought if they just put a symbol on it and deal out cards, and everybody has different values to those symbols, then no one would know.
Right.
You would know, but no one else would know what yours are worth. All right. So my number 56. I'll quit complaining about.
You ain't gonna
Escape from it. I love the game. Yeah. It's a fantastic game. It's fun to play. And I have Escape from Space or something?
Yeah, you have, I think it's Space.
I don't know. I got one of them. I didn't get the one from Atlanta. I got the Space one, wherever it is. All right. My number 56 is Honey Buzz. It was not on my list before. It's ranked 454 on BGG. It's by Elf Creek Games, which makes fantastic games. 20 to 20. It's a 2020 year game. 1 to 4 players, 45 to 90 minutes to play. Elf Creek always makes great components and great games. Not that this is a plug for Elf Creek Games. They don't sponsor my channel. If you'd like to. No, I'm just kidding. But Honey Buzz, you're this group of bees and you're going around getting pollen from different types of... You're drafting these things to get different types of pollen to make different types of honey to make... or to use that honey to get certain scoring objectives. I thought it was fun. The little components are fun to squish and look at. The little bees are cute. Guys, Honey Buzz is a lot of fun. I don't know what else I could say about it. If you haven't played it, you might want to try it. I enjoyed it. It's a worker placement. You're placing your little bees out, doing certain things. So the first time I played it, I had no idea what I was doing, but I won anyway. But it's such fun. Honey Buzz is my number 56. If you hadn't played it, check it out. And like I said, it has fabulous components.
It does. I actually have played that, and I love how it is. The components are just easy to understand. The gameplay is easy to understand.
It really is.
And it's a fun game. It is a really fun game. That's one game eventually I'm going to put it in my library.
There you go. Well, I don't have it in my library. I play it with other people.
Yeah.
So, because you can't have every game.
No,
so
you
if
can't.
somebody else has something, I try not to always. Now, if I really love it, I'll buy it. But,
Where are we? Number 55.
We're on number 55.
My number 55 is a fun little card game. It's called Taco, Cat, Goat, Cheese, Pizza. It's a 2018 game. Publisher Dolphin Hat Games. Players 2 to 8 players. It's ranked 2032 on BGG. I don't play with everybody. I just play with certain groups. And yes, I play with groups that I know I have the advantage on. And it's because...
Well, that's terrible. He's beating up on probably little kids. He's probably beating little kids at this game.
No, the game, it comes out, hey, you know what, I probably could. No. The game mostly comes out with, those who know me, I don't drink. But that's folks that I sit down and do. So whenever I know they want to play a game, I say, let's play this game. And when they have enough little drinks, let's see what happens.
So you're taking advantage of poor people when they're drinking. Yes. Sad, Louis.
Well, they know.
Well, I'm just kidding.
I know they
I'm sure
know
it's
what
funny.
It is funny because you have to put the cards down. You get cards in your hand. You start. You have to put them down in taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza order, in that order. And whenever the taco comes out, you slap. Okay? The last one slap has to collect all those cards in their hands.
No. This will be a game I'm not playing with you, Louis.
Now, however...
Drink it or not, I'm not playing this game.
However, in which that's why I was looking
I'm not
up.
a drinker either. That way.
Yeah. Well, I was looking up to make sure I get this right. There are 3 special cards here.
Okay.
There's called a gorilla, a narwhal, and a groundhog card. And when you slap, if you're the first one to slap that card, everyone else has to slap it. But before you can slap that card, if you draw the gorilla, put the gorilla down, you have to do it like a gorilla.
Oh, Lord.
And then you do that to gorilla, last person slaps get. Gorilla's that way. Narwhal, you had to do here. And then...
Hope you find your dad.
yeah. And the groundhog, you have to make a little groundhog face, then slap. So, adding that aspect to the game.
So, Liz, can you make a groundhog face for us?
No, that one I'm not doing.
You did the narwhal and the come on.
Not that one.
All right.
And that is putting that aspect in the game on top of you have to do it in order makes it fun.
Mm-hmm.
And me myself being dyslexic, so it's a little bit challenge to me. Sometimes I read it, taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. My mind sometimes goes, pizza, that's not taco, darn.
Yeah, I can see that.
I'm going, that's all my cards coming back to me.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, yes, you have to put them in that order. As soon as tacos hits the table, you have to slap it. But the other 3 cards makes it more entertainment. And everyone's looking, so when they do that, one of those 3 other animals, if you don't do it, you didn't do it, you get the cards back. It's a fun game. It says to be a 10 to 30 minute game, but just how much laughter happens, it gets to be a little bit longer, which is still fun.
Yeah.
It's still fun. It's a fun little laughter game. And so that why is taco, cat, goat, cheese, pizza. It's 55 on my list.
It's a mouth to say, isn't it? A mouthful. I don't think I'll ever play this game. I'm not a big fan of the whole slap the table. I never liked slapjack. You remember the slapjack?
Yeah, slapjack.
I was never a big fan of that either. Even as a kid, I was like, it's dumb, But I can see the appeal for a larger group and just having fun. I can see the appeal. You probably have to play that with the right exact people.
Yes.
Or you're not going to enjoy it. I can guarantee you who would not like that, and that's probably the lazy hiker. But anyway, he may correct me. All right. My number 55. Yeah, I mean, it's a good choice, Lewis. I'm not down in your choice. I
know you're not.
Something I would not.
Right.
Number 55 for me is Lords of Waterdeep. This was not on my list. It's the first time on my list. Ranked number 87 on BGG's by Wizards of the Coast. 2012 game, 2 to 5 players, and it's 60 to 120 minutes. Now, Lords of Waterdeep is a D&D themed worker placement game. Has nothing to do with D&D other than has some of the villages or town or whatever and some of the characters. So you're putting these workers out, trying to accomplish, and you're gathering resources, trying to accomplish, once again, gold cards to score points. Whoever scores so many points, I believe, is the winner, or after so many scorecards have been collected, the game ends. I can't really remember. But I do enjoy this worker placement game. Is it the best game out there? No, that's why it's ranked number 55. But I enjoy playing it because of the D&D theme on it, and because it's such an easy game to get to the table. I think this could be a beginner worker placement game for some folks because it has such an easy concept to understand. You put your worker out, you gain some resources. If you have those resources to do this objective, you go there and do this objective. That simple. So that's why Lords of Waterdeep is my number 55.
And the Lords of Waterdeep, I've heard about it. Never played that game. But it's a game that I would have played if I never got into D&D, just to get the idea of it.
I think you'd enjoy Lords of Waterdeep. I think it's a worker placement game that you would enjoy, especially because of the theme. I know you're a D&D guy, so I think you'd enjoy it. It's not. I don't want to say it just brings you into the whole D&D thing, but it gives you kind of a look to like what kind of the characters and stuff would be and some of the landscape of that. But I just like the worker placement aspect, collecting the resources and getting the objective cards. I think it's really good.
It sounds good. Sounds something I would like to play. Now we are on 54. 54 is Looney Tunes Mayhem, 2023 game. Publisher Common Global Limited. 2 to 4 players. It's ranked 9,050 on BGG. If you grew up in the 80s into early 90s and sat down Saturday morning, watch cartoons with your bowl of cereal, and like to see how Bugs Bunny do his antics against Elmer Fudd and
Daffy
Duck, and how the coyote never got the Roadrunner at
Except
all.
one time.
Yeah, one time. And Leghorn Farthorn always got the.
Love them. I say, boy.
You might like this game. It's you get to pick 2 characters from the Looney Tunes group. Now, I wish there were more characters to pick, but I have not seen no expansions for this game. But able to do some of the antics that you see in the cartoons, explode folks, do a little dynamite here and there that, yes, really didn't hurt anybody.
No, not on the cartoons. Do not try that at home.
Yeah, do not try it at home. Please don't. But yeah, you're trying to get each other out. You get, if I remember right, 3 hits or 2 hits, your character is knocked out. Your opponent gets a marker. You kind of keep going back and forth, and when your opponent gets both of your toon characters knocked out, you win the game. It's find out. I played it with Christine a couple of times, and it's even teaching the game to me. We still stayed in the allowed time of 30 minutes.
Oh.
It works very quickly, and the board, how you manipulate the board, it doesn't shift or anything. It just where you put the characters and how you put little things on the board to keep your opponent from getting to stuff or having abilities, it becomes like a little chess game right there, but with little antics from the Looney Tunes. Now you have characters like the Tasmanian Devil, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, Elmer Fudd. I think that's the only 4 characters that's available.
That's a shame. There's so many good Looney Tune characters.
Yes, and I've just found I have not seen no expansion packs on this, but I would like to see some like the Roadrunner.
Oh, Pepe Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew, yes, Pepe Le Pew. Foghorn Leghorn.
Yeah.
Or Sylvester.
Tweety Bird. Sylvester.
Yes. Just put them in there and have some of their little, what they call special abilities. See what might happen. The grandma.
Yosemite Sam.
Yes, Yosemite Sam. Or Speedy.
Speedy Gonzales.
Yes. Now, that to have those characters and have to pick from those characters will make the game much more playable. Replayable.
You'd give it a replayability
yes.
for sure.
So that's why it's a number 54. I mean, it's replayable by who you play against, but not only having those 4 characters, you only can mix up them so many times. You put some more out there, hey, I would buy the expansion pass just because growing up back then, watching those tunes, they do have a Teen Titan version, but they only have 4 characters too.
No, it's a shame.
It is. So the Looney Tunes Mayhem is my 54.
I think I might enjoy that game. Don't know, but I think I might. I like Looney Tunes, that's for sure. I grew up with some Looney Tunes now. Scooby-Doo and Looney Tunes, that was my go-to. The rest of the cartoons you probably could have kept. Land of the Lost, H.R. Puffin stuff, those kind of things. Love those. But anyway, those were kind of some psychedelic, funky cartoons. H.R. Puffin stuff.
No, the Boogaloos.
Oh, the Bugaloos.
Yeah, the Bugaloos.
Yeah, Bugaloos.
That's what's I wish I showed my wife the intro. My wife going, what is that?
Yeah, the Bugaloos. I used to love Land of the Lost. The Slee Stacks used to, they were always scary to me. I'd have nightmares about them daggum Slee Stacks.
Oh, yeah, they do.
But anyway, let's get on with that. And Chaka. I love Chaka.
Oh, yeah, Chaka.
Chaka. All right. My number 54 is a game that I enjoy playing. Of course, it's on my top 100. I enjoy playing it. It's Run, Fight, or Die. This was number 46. It's dropped a little bit on my list last time. It's ranked 2,339 on BGG. Its 8th Summit is the publisher. It's a 2014 game, 1 to 4 players, 40 minutes to play. Now, this is not the new cartoony looking one. This is the original Run, Fight, or Die. I tend to like it better. So what you'll do is you'll pick a character, and you have this board in front of your character. You have a character board and then a board in front that has zone 1, 2, and 3. You're going to start out with some zombies on 1, 2, and 3 on your board, and then you're going to roll some dice to try to kill those zombies off. So you have 5 dice that you roll. On the first level, you can use a baseball bat to knock out 2 zombies at a time before your bat breaks. The next zone, you can only use a gun, and in the further zone, you can only use a gun. Now, there's some other things that can mitigate. There's a book and amulets that if you roll 3 of them, there's certain things you can do. It'll give you some bonuses. So, but you have some mitigation of how you can get rid of zombies. But at the end, and also on those dice, there's zombies that you can roll that you can't re-roll, so they'll be added to your board the next night. And so every night you have to add at least 3, and all the other zombies in zones move forward. And if they move forward onto you from zone 1, you're going to take wounds. And you only have so many wounds, and if you take enough wounds, you die. This game is kind of cooperative because you don't want other people to die, but you can't help them either. So it's everybody's working on their own board, and you're collecting other survivors as you go that may be a help to you or may be a detriment. Like you have this little old man that can't hardly walk. He's just, old. Or you have a drunk that you have to drag along with you, and you have to spend one of your dice to some kind of deal you have to spend for him. And so you have to keep him as one of your deals. And the goal is to get so many survivors. So before the end of the town or something comes up. I just really enjoy Run Fight or Die. My wife really liked it once I introduced it to her. The artwork and the zombies has little zombie miniatures in male and female, which I thought was great. Some of the zombies are eating a leg or something, and some of the women don't have one arm coming through there, and they're, absolutely love Run Fight or Die. I think it's such a great game. I didn't want the cartoony version. I wanted the original, and I have it. I bought it long time ago. I enjoy the game. That's why my number 54 is Run, Fight, or You're Gonna Die.
I know that game. I think either I played it with y'all or with somebody else, and played it with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do like most zombie games. All the zombies are the same thing, all the same shape, all the same posture. But that one has all different kind of zombies.
There's a lot of them kind of the same, but they have a little different. Some of them have a little different. There's about 3 or 4 models in there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Which I like, and give that little, I want to help you, but I got to worry about myself too.
And you can help each other. I mean, you're actually on your own little street or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And so there's not much you can't. Now, there are some cards,
yes,
I think, that you can get that may help someone else, but there's also cards that you get that you have to hurt somebody else.
Yeah, you have to hurt them.
Add more to their zones.
Yeah.
So, but I enjoy the game. It's fantastic.
My 53 is, and I know I want to mess this up, is Takanoko. Yep.
I may be mispronouncing it, but that's what I get out of it.
Takanoko, a 2011 game. 2011 game. Publisher Boomai. I think that's Bombix. I messed that one up too.
Well, I just bought a game that Bombix.
Okay, Bombix.
I just bought a game the other day that Bombix has.
2 to 4 players. 284 on BGG. It's a cute little game. Now, some folks said, "Oh, it's like Catan." No, it's not. It's nothing like Catan. I don't know what.
I don't see it.
I don't see it like that. There's a couple that folks that I know that come by as 3 sons that saw me one time playing it and said, "Oh, just like Catan." It's not like Catan at all. Yes, you get to put little pieces of bamboo out, try to structure up to get points on there. You put little ways to grow the bamboo, little logs to keep your area, just your area. Yes, that's a little bit like Catan, but it's not. Cute little farmer trying to grow his bamboo, trying to make a good living. But you have this little panda.
Evil panda.
Hey, he has to feed his family.
Evil panda eat my bamboo.
Little panda come in and eat the bamboo. And it's a fun little game. And if you add the expansion to it with the female panda, which makes it a little bit more harder. But yet interesting with what you can also do with the farmer. Trying to grow those bamboos. They're all different little colors. You try to grow, you have cards you have to complete. And if it says you have to have 1 bamboo, 2 layers of green, 3 layers of yellow, you have to do it that area to collect those points. But it might be green, yellow, green, and I can't get to the green because someone else is blocked off. So you got to go a way around. So you have to build the bamboos accordingly to what your card should get to earn those points. To me, it's a fun little game, fun little filler game to enjoy with your friends and family on there. So that reason, Takanoko, thank you, is my 53.
Well, like I said, I may be mispronouncing it, but that's what I call it. George Takei or whatever heck. I can't even pronounce his name.
My wife.
Takai, is that how you pronounce his name?
I think so.
Takai?
Yeah. My wife calls it Taekwondo.
Taekwondo, there you go. Hey, easy enough.
Yes.
I like that game as well. I don't play it a whole lot, but when I do play it, it's enjoyable. It can be aggravating with the panda coming and eating your stuff when you're trying to fill one of those objectives.
Yes.
But It looks fabulous on the table.
Oh, it does.
Once things are starting to build up. It looks good. The watering thing gets on my nerves just a little bit because I'll build something and I don't have no stupid water.
Yes.
So it's a pain. But I like the game. I like the game. It's fun. It's not going to make my top 100. Spoiler, it won't make my top 100. All right. My number 53 is Flashpoint Fire Rescue. If you want to be a fireman, this game is for you. You're in there supposed to be rescuing people out of a burning building while trying to extinguish the fire without getting blown up yourself because there may be explosives in the home. There may be other things going on. And the fire spreads every turn. So it is a really fun game. You have a fire truck that goes around outside and an ambulance that you got to get these people to. But I just enjoy the game a lot. It has what I really like about it is has a family game to help you get into the game, and then it has more of a gamery game, for gamers. I played it both ways. I enjoyed both ways just fine. I even bought an expansion for it. There you go.
Ooh.
So you must know I like it a lot. And Flashpoint Fire Rescue was number 78 on my list. It went up. It's 478 on BGG. It's by Indie Boards and Cards. 2011, 2 to 6 players, 45 minutes to play. About 45 minutes is true to form. Sometimes it may take an hour depending on some analysis paralysis. People not figuring out, should I put this fire over here? Should I go over here? Just make a move, right? Whatever it is. If we lose, we lose. If we don't, we don't. But it is cooperative. And so I like that aspect where we win together or we lose together. But I just enjoy Flashpoint Fire Rescue a lot. And that's why it's my number 53.
I've heard of the game. I've seen it played on YouTube quite a bit, but never actually played it myself.
Well, I have it, Lewis, and once we get finished with Andor, we'll give it a shot.
Alrighty. My 52, which I don't think you have said this one yet.
Oh, probably not.
It is Love Letter.
Maybe I
Love
have.
Letter. A 2012 game. Edric Entertainment Group publisher, 2 to 4 players, ranked 336 on BGG. Now, I've seen this Love Letters are in your top 10 card games, I believe.
Yes, it would.
But I don't think you have made it in your top 100 yet, I believe. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm trying to get there to see, but my phone just doesn't want to act right.
Well, if you have, this is a second crossover for this one. Love Letters. You get 2. I went blank. I think 2 cards.
In Love Letter, you get one card, and then you draw one, and then
card.
choose what to play.
Yes, you get 1 card. Everyone gets 1 card. Then you draw a card. Then you choose which card to use. It's a quick game, about 20 minutes, and it's even teaching how to play will take you about 20 minutes to play. You have characters that can assassinate other folks. You have characters that gain I went blank here.
Characters that what now?
Give you something, right?
No, there's no character to give. Well, you can make people discard their hand.
Discard hand.
Trade
hands, or just
there's a guard that you can guess anybody.
Yes, guess anybody. I got confused with coup.
Yes, you get confused with coup.
Coup.
You did that with coup with the Baron.
With Baron, yes. Baron is
that's the one where you trade or you have your card, and so you'll play the Baron, and then what card you have left you compare with someone else. Whoever has the lowest number,
right,
out.
And that's what happened. I've mixed up these 2 games again. You have one that you can see who's the highest one card.
It's the priest can look at someone else's card.
Yes, and the lowest one is out.
That's the Baron.
That's the Baron. The lowest one is out. But you try to keep the princess. You have the princess, you most likely will win.
I don't like to get the princess first because then I feel like I'm going to be in trouble because somebody go, they'll play a prince and go discard your hand, and then once you discard a princess, you're out.
You're out.
You can't do that. So
Yes.
it's hard to hold the princess for quite a while. Now, if you get her closer to the end, yeah you're gonna win.
Yeah, you're gonna win. Yes. So it's a quick little game that you really don't know who's gonna win it. Every round can be a different player, and there's if you win, the first one that gets 3
Depends on how many players.
That's right. Depending on how you get little hearts, and the first one to get, let's say it's 4 players. First one gets 3 hearts wins, if I remember that right. And 4 players, I think
in 4 players it's five hearts, and in 5 players it's 4 hearts. So I think it divides out there.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, it depending on how many folks play, depending on how many hearts you need to win. There's, I think, 1 expansion to it.
I think they have a big box to where they add more people. Because I've been playing it on Board Game Arena. No, is it Board Game Arena?
Yeah, Board Game Arena.
And they have a whole nother list of cards, which I was like, what in the world are these? I've never really seen them. But they have a big box love letter. I think that has a whole nother set that plays up to a lot more people than just 4. Because I think love letter only plays to 4.
4, yes. And that's what I had played most on.
I played the original one the most.
Yes, and the original one. Then on Arena, I played the other one, which is a little bit different. When you play both of them, you will get a little bit mixed up with the auto characters. But Love Letters, a quite nice little quick game. If it's late in the night and y'all just want to do a quick game, Love Letters is a good game to bring out. End the night board gaming, have your little laughter because.
It's fun.
It's fun. It is a fun game. So number 52 is Love Letters.
And in my games that I play with my kids a lot and my wife, my kids, if they have a priest, they're always going to call handmaiden first. That's what they always call everybody. You're a handmaiden. You're a handmaiden. I don't know why, but that's just what they do. Unless they get an idea of, okay, I think you're this. But yeah, Love Letters just so good. And for so long I wouldn't touch it because it was in that red velvet little thing. And I was like, it's a girly game. I'm not playing that. Big old burly guy sitting down playing a red little love letter satchel, velvet satchel. No. I played it and I was like, you know what? This is actually fun. It could have been marketed a little different.
I know.
But Love Letter is good. I get it.
Yeah, I did not. I avoided, same reason, I avoided that game because I thought it was a little kiddie game.
I did too.
Kiddie game.
I did. I thought it was like, something for girls in gaming that they played. I've seen some games out there that's like for, younger girls to play games, and I thought maybe that was it too. But I was at a board game place, and the guy goes, yeah, these guys down at the brewery play this game on their lunch break. I'm like, what? So I gave it a shot, and I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So that was my 52. Love Letters.
My number 52 is Marvel Champions, the card game. Now, I enjoy playing this game, but I got rid of Marvel Champions, the card game, because I can't handle too many LCGs, living card games. I've got one now, Arkham Horror, the card game, that I'm trying to buy stuff for, and I'm way behind on it. So trying to keep up with Marvel Champions was even worse because there's so many of the Marvel characters I wanted. I wanted Ant-Man, I wanted these other characters, and I just couldn't keep up. Now, Marvel Champions card game was not, it's the first time on it in my list. It's ranked number 40 on BGG. It's by Fantasy Flight, 2019 game, 1 to 4 players, 45 to 90 minutes to play. I enjoy this game a lot when I play it. But I just couldn't keep up with buying the stuff. So I said, you know what? To keep myself from being tempted to just go out and buy things, I'm gonna trade off the game. So I traded it off, and I'm happy I did. But I'll still be glad to sit down and play it anytime because it is a lot of fun. So you're a character. You take either Spider-Man, Hulk, or somebody, and you're fighting a villain, and you're doing it cooperatively. And so it's not necessarily a deck builder. You have a pre-constructed deck, and you're playing your cards trying to take the villain down, but he has henchmen and things like that interfere, and location sometimes, so it's harder to get the guy than you think. But I really enjoy it. And what's really cool is you have your alter ego, like Spider-Man has Peter Parker, and you also have Spider-Man. So once per turn, you can switch to whoever you want to be. Now, you can't heal yourself if you're in Spider-Man form. You have to be in Peter Parker. So you can heal up, because apparently Spider-Man can't heal. I don't know. But anyway, and it's the same way, I think, through all the characters. But I enjoyed it a lot. I thought it was good. And I would probably add it to my collection again if I ever complete my Arkham Horror card game collection, maybe. But by then, it'll be so hard to get all the stuff from Marvel Champions, I probably won't. But I do enjoy playing it. That's why Marvel Champions is my number 52.
Alrighty. My 51. Last one for me.
Last one for you.
Is there are some folks that would not play this game with me.
That might be one.
It's a fun little game. It's just how I can manipulate it into my advantage. Word Explosion. A 2022 game from Oho Games. 2 to 8 players. This one did not have a BGG rating though. Okay. I looked and looked. I'm looking right now, and it still doesn't have a BGG rating on it.
Hadn't had enough people review it.
You get handed out, I believe, 7 cards, letters on and among the group, 7 each one, and you got to make words out of it. You can, before you start off, you make the rules. No proper nouns, no abbreviation, no foreign words, so on. And you start making words with these letters in your hand. Think of like Scrabble, but with cards instead of tiles. I really don't like Scrabble. I completely do not like Scrabble. Folks, yes, I've tried it. I have failed at it. I probably will play it with some folks just to play for the fun, not really for points. So when I saw Word Explosion, I'm going, probably not, because with my dyslexia, I'm big disadvantage.
Right.
But then I realized, wait a minute, these folks are trying to use all those letters at one time, really at a disadvantage. Smaller words gets you the cards out faster. So someone that's trying to do 5 or 6 or 7 letter word, because if you don't, you got to draw. You got to keep drawing. If you can't make a letter until you draw, and soon you're going to have 20 letters in here, and if you have 5 A's and the rest consonant, or 5 A's, 4 U's, and a lot of vowels, you're going, what am I going to do? Small words was working. Now, as we go around, folks, get out. When somebody's out, someone else can challenge. And when they challenge, they get to put down a word. And if they use 2 letters, like N, I-N, that person that just got out have to pick 2 letters, 2 cards back up. So, but that same person comes around and gets out again, one more other person. This can be only done twice per individual. So it got to be all different folks. But it keeps going around. There's other cards that can reverse the order. There's other ways to tell you have to spell the words backwards.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. So, yeah, I found this a way to actually help me with my dyslexia.
I can see that.
Especially when you have to spell the word backwards. I'm going, perfect!
Yeah, works for you.
Yeah, it works for me. Not by everybody else. But yes, Word Explosion is a game that I thought I would not like it. A lot of folks that play it don't like to play with me. And it's one that my wife don't like to play with me. But because what she said, I cheat. It's even a game Christine would not mind playing, but maybe not with me.
Right.
So, but it is a fun game. It's a quick little game. It says it takes 30 to 120 minutes to play. It will if you have that person that, well, hold on, and you will stay there and concentrate on it. Even myself, I'm going, just do a short word. Forget what's of you cards, just do short words. Get them out, and you're going to be fine. But Word Explosion, my 51.
Hour and 20 minutes playing Word Explosion be like an English class for me. No, thank you. I'm not very great at spelling anyway. I don't do spelling. That's why I have spell check on my computer. Spelling is not one of my strong suits. Now, I can spell, but I'm not great at spelling all the time. So, and as I get older, my mind seems to go, because I can write a word, and I'll look at it and go, that ain't right. And then I'll look it up, or I'll have spell check, and it's right, and I'm like, it just doesn't look right in my brain.
Right.
So anyway, I'm not sure that would be one for me, Lewis. My number 51, my last game, is Zombicide Black Plague. Zombicide Black Plague was 28 for me before on my list. It's dropped a little bit because I don't get it to the tables often. It's ranked 255 on BGG. It's by Cool Mini or Not. 2015 game, 1 to 6 players, 60 to 180 minutes to play. Really enjoy Zombicide Black Plague. I like the fog of war in there when you open a door, then the zombies spawn. I like that. You don't know what's going to be in there. I like the cooperation of the game with people cooperating with each other. You have to think about what you're doing to complete the scenario at hand. But then you also can get overrun by zombies, and it is not fun. You are fighting multiple hordes of zombies. They just keep coming, and I really enjoyed that. I don't know what it is about Zombicide Black Plague that I enjoy so much, other than it's just, you feel so good when you wipe out 10 or 15 zombies at a time. You're just, and but with an explosion or a bomb or something that you put down, and the big fatties that come along, only certain people, only the bomb things will kill the fatties. But there's some other ones, the larger ones that can do 2 damage at one time, and the other zombies are just 1 damage. You do 1 damage, they're dead. So finding and cooperating with each other, who can do damage to what, and how can we put this together? Let's trade cards. You take the fire, and you take this explosive thing or gas, put it down somewhere, and when they get there, they're all gone. Right? It takes out a whole horde, because you'll have a space where you can't even fit all the zombies that are supposed to be on it. It's just crazy, but it's so much fun. Met quite a few people playing this game. Just such a good game. I have lots of good memories with it, and at 3 Sons, no less. So that's why my number 51 is Zombicide Black Plague. Now, that's the end of our list for today. Next week will be, next week we'll be into 50 to 41. Our top 50 games, which we'll be getting into some better games than this crap we've been talking about right now. Just kidding. All these other games are fantastic as well.
Yeah, they are.
Guys, I need 118 more subscribers to hit that 500. I need your help. Tell people about it. Tell people about the channel. Send the videos to somebody. Say, hey, check out this crazy guy's doing this video on these top 100. Whatever you could do to help the channel, I would appreciate it. I enjoy doing this content. Enjoy Lewis helping me out with the top 100.
Oh, having fun.
He's been a trooper hanging out and doing that, and I appreciate it. I want to tell you, if you're into board games, find a local board game store in your area. Get to know them. Go play some board games there. Yeah. First, and second of all, spend some money in their store.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because if you don't spend money in their store, they're not going to be able to stay open, and they're not going to be able to have a place for you to come play. Guys, like I always say, get a board game to the table, spend time with your friends and your family, and thanks for watching Calvin's Guide Game.